regard, defamation cases as maybe the most important or the most profound cases there are, because we only get one reputation and you don't get a second chance once it's destroyed. To have your reputation destroyed is really to ruin everything about you. It ruins you, it ruins your family's view of you, it ruins your neighbor's view of you. You go to a party, you don't know who's looking at you sideways because they heard, you're a this or you're a that. It is an extraordinarily difficult thing to live with. And for that reason, when we represent defamation clients, it really is the most profound type case we could be handling.
Welcome to the JAKIB Halftime Show presented by Buchetto & Lentz. I'm Devan Kaney, joined by Marc Farzetta in Philadelphia. Eagles lead the Giants 16-0, Marc, at the half. Giants offense doesn't seem to get anything going. I don't know if that's credit to the Eagles defense or just Webb being a pretty terrible quarterback. Eagles offense with some pretty frustrating moments, though. Only one touchdown in those 16 points. Lots of field goals that could have been touchdowns. Give me your thoughts.
I think that's the first thing that jumps out at everyone is just obviously you want more than one touchdown and a half against this New York Giants football team. But I think what's most important is that the bottom line is that the Eagles are up 16-0 right now on this Giants team, and Jalen Hurts looks healthy. And I thought we got a lot out of the deep throw he had downfield to A.J. Brown. And then on that last possession, although they only walked away with 3 points again, that was a bullet that Jalen Hurts had on that little out route to A.J. Brown that he ended up getting the penalty on when he was hit late by the Giants. But number one thing, Jalen Hurts looks healthy, Jalen Hurts looks good, and the Eagles are still up 16 points.
All right, so going into the second half, they are up 16 points. Love your positivity. Jalen Hurts looks great. It's so great to have him back. What do you want to see change, if anything, on either side of the ball?
Sheer domination. I feel like the Eagles have control of this game. I think they even said it on the broadcast there. I want that knockout punch, that throw downfield, that big run by whoever it may be, Boston Scott maybe again. I want that big play by this team to go out there and show you, all right, we got this. The number one seed is all but locked up. Let's get a couple sacks going here for the Eagles defense as well. I'd love to see them set that all-time record as well. But really what I'm looking for is that big knockout punch that solidifies the Eagles as the NFC's top spot.
I love that Boston Scott was the first guy to get a touchdown. Nick Sirianni loves playing to the fans and what we won. All right, Marc Farzetta, thank you so much. Yes, hopefully we see much more dominance from this Eagles team. If you are tuning in, stick around. We're going to have John McMullen live from the link right after this message from our partners at Marc's Jewelers. Guys, I know it's just the holidays, but Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and there's no better place to shop for your significant other than at Marc's Jewelers. So check this out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the JAKIB Halftime Show. I'm joined now by John McMullen, live from the link. John, Jalen Hurts, first game back. Tell me, how do you think he looks? A few frustrating moments from this offense. Marc Farzetta and I were just talking about it. 16-0 over the Giants, but only one touchdown. Settled for a lot of field goals when I felt they should have been touchdowns.
Yeah, it would have been nice to cash in on some of those field goals, as you mentioned, Devin. 3 from Jake Elliott. 32, 52, so that one was a little bit farther out in 39. I thought Jalen looked good throwing the football. Clearly, they're being a little bit more cautious with him, not using him as much zone read. You could see the one time where he slid pretty quickly. They went through this last year after he injured his ankle. They proved they would sort of manage him through a game. I think they're doing that here. I think it makes sense. And yeah, I mean, the 16 nothing could have been much, much more than that. But it seems like such a large lead because the Giants are so limited offensively with Davis Webb. I mean, you get that feel. I don't know if you remember the Luke Falk game when he started for the Jets. I got that feel in this game. Every time he drops back, you're waiting for a catastrophe if you're a Giants fan. Uh, he's running away from Hassan Reddick like he's a teenager in a slasher movie. He looks scared out there. He's thrown 22 passes. I'm getting applause for that.
I was just going to say, are you getting a reaction from the live audience there?
55 yards passing, 22 passing attempts. That is a disaster. He's limited to be kind. Yeah, it's a bad football team. They're not trying to be winning, so they're not trying to win the game. But that's the Giants' decision. That's not the Eagles' fault. Eagles are going to be the number 1 seed, win the NFC East. This is a scrimmage.
Yeah. Well, so going into the second half now, the Eagles are up 16. Giants have put up a goose egg in the first half. What adjustments, if anything, do you want to see? Is it play calling? I know a lot of people are saying that the Eagles aren't running the ball enough or didn't run the ball enough in the first half. I know Jalen Hurts' first game back, as you mentioned, kind of being conservative in terms of play calling. What do you think?
I think you just get to the finish line, Devin. I think defensively, obviously, I'm not going to say that they played great, even though the numbers are great because the Giants are so limited. It would have been nice to, Marcus Epps had an easy interception he dropped. TJ Edwards had another chance at an interception. He didn't get it. Would be nice to cash those in. Then I think the score will get more lopsided. Offensively, I'd go to Boston Scott. I mean, we all know Boston Scott owns the Giants, 17 career touchdowns, 10 of those against the Giants. He scored again. I hope everybody cashed that prop bet because that was the easiest prediction in the world. Yeah. I would just go get to the finish line and rest as many key players as you need. Get it to 23-0 and start pulling people and make sure everybody gets out of this healthy.
Yeah, well, I support that plan. I'd even support another Boston Scott touchdown. John McMullen, thank you so much. You will join us live on the Pond Hockey postgame show right after Giants at Eagles wraps. For now, I'm Devan Kaney. Thanks for tuning in.
Regard, defamation cases as maybe the most important or the most profound cases there are, because we only get one reputation and you don't get a second chance once it's destroyed. To have your reputation destroyed is really to ruin everything about you. It ruins you, it ruins your family's view of you, it ruins your neighbor's view of you. You go to a party, you don't know who's looking at you sideways because they heard, you're a this or you're a that. It is an extraordinarily difficult thing to live with. And for that reason, when we represent defamation clients, it really is the most profound type case we could be handling.